The Disney Vibes Podcast, talking insider tips, tricks, and pixie dust. For the most magical place on Earth, here's Andrew and Heather.
Welcome to episode 38 of the Disney Vibes Podcast. Hello there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. I know, it's early.
Not that early. Not that early.
Hi.
Full day ahead of us, right?
Indeed.
It's snowing or just dreary in the Northeast here. And definitely feeling those Disney vibes. But Disney Vibes is brought to you by Magical Destinations Travel. You like us, our content, the show. Show your support by booking your next Disney World, Disneyland, all the cruise lines, Adventures by Disney. They've been gotten some, have new specials out. Aulani out in Hawaii, Universal, any of the cruise lines overall, as well as other things. We're expanding. BookMDTravel.com. It is absolutely free 99. Free. Okay, and obviously you can download the Disney Vibes podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. If you like the content, help us out by providing feedback and a rating as well. We greatly appreciate your support. Do you have a joke?
I do have a joke. Excuse me. Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
What do you call a pirate who skips school?
I don't know.
Captain Hooky.
Oh, all right. That's a good one. All right, that's okay. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I'll give you that.
Thank you. It's
All
been
right.
a while. Been
Yeah.
a while, friends.
Would you rather live with 101 Dalmatians
Okay.
or live with 7 dwarfs?
Oh, I like puppies.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to know why? Because 6 out of 7 of the 7 dwarves are not happy. See?
Well, it's not that they're angry.
But they're not happy. Puppies just, you know me, puppies and babies are my thing. Like,
Oh,
I
my
melt.
goodness.
I absolutely melt. So, yes, I'll take all the dogs.
Okay, then. All right, so as we are recording this, moving right along with Ears What's Happening, before we get into, like, the actual news stories, I did want to mention, for the first time, because this is all over the socials, Disney Genie Plus. Are you okay?
Yes. I can't. Sorry.
Disney Genie Plus sold out for the first 2 times over the President's Holiday weekend on Sunday and Monday. Now, if you recall, Genie Plus is the replacement for Fast Pass, let's say. It's now past its infancy stages, and they keep evolving it. Your travel agent used to be able to book it and add it to every day of your trip. They took that away last June. Now, as guests want it, you have to individually purchase it every evening before or day, I think it's day of, that you can then add it to your passes for that day, which is not a terrible thing, as we said, because there are a couple factors that play into that. So if one, depending on what park you're going to, it may not be a necessity to add to that day. And 2, time of the year and how busy the crowds are, and the wait times, you may not need to have that. However, for this past weekend, you definitely did. It was busy. Mardi Gras started, so I'm not wearing any beads, but Louisianians have actually moved, or they leave Mardi Gras after they've experienced it for so long, and they go to Florida. So that also, with the winter recesses for schools, really amped up the crowds in Disney. So Sunday and Monday, Disney Genie Plus sold out. On a typical, regular, non-busy time of year day, Disney Genie Plus starts at $15 per person, plus tax, to add to your My Disney Experience account. On this past weekend, when it did sell out, $29.99.
I have no comment.
So, sold out at that price.
But
so, go ahead.
I don't
Raise your hand.
understand. Yeah.
We're not on video yet. Again,
you're
you're not ready for video today.
No. I'm in a robe. And yeah, no, definitely not. But I don't understand how they can consider it sold out. I think they're lying. I think their numbers for maybe this time is sold out. But you mean to tell me in like July, like one of their busiest seasons, or even in the holiday season, they didn't sell out?
Well, I think you're missing the perceptive of what they're trying to do. So, yes, it's sold out because if you don't put a stopping point, I'm kind of glad that we know there's a stopping point. Then you're going to be standing on those lines just as long as standby. So they are looking at the number of guests probably with the Park Pass reservation system, taking a percentage of that and saying these amount of people can have Genie Plus, right? It's a data thing. It's a numbers thing, because otherwise you're going to be standing in the lightning lane, right, with Genie Plus, and you may have to wait just as long as a standby line. Does that make sense? I mean, I saw a wait 295 minutes for Rise of the Resistance. That's 5 hours, Heather, as you're counting on your fingers. 5 hours. 5 hours to wait.
Ridiculous. I don't know. Like, I just don't understand how all of a sudden they magically say, oh, it's sold out when this isn't even I mean, yes, it's
new leadership.
time.
Yeah, listen, I think the point of it all is they are trying to boost the guest experience, that if you are paying for this, you should be able to attain more rides.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because if not, if they just said, if it was a money grab, which whatever, and they just allowed anybody to book it at any point, doesn't matter, what's the point? Because you may be waiting on the standby line just as long, right? It's just, it is what it is. So we'll see. But that's, so that's the new bar. And I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if they get it up to $39.99.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Per person, per ride.
No, per day.
Oh, sorry. Per person.
Per day, right.
Per day.
So family of 4, you're looking at $160. And if you do that 3 times.
I don't know. I mean.
3 times, 4 times on your trip, if you're there a week, it's a lot. It is a lot of money. It adds up quickly. No doubt about it. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it evolves. This was the first time ever that it sold out, and it sold out at that price. I don't know what Josh D'Amaro and Bob Iger are planning and scheming in the grand scheme of things with this, but just overall, supply and demand. People are paying for it.
I know. Yeah.
And time is money. Could you imagine just standing 5 hours on a line for Rise of the Resistance?
No, I would not.
I think at that point you're going to have a miserable experience, to be honest.
100%. Anything more than 3 hours, good Lord.
3, I can't even last 3 hours on a line.
I'm just saying, like, ideally, maybe if it's like your first time and this is what you're doing and, you're dedicated, 3 hours. After that,
fair.
No way.
And listen, and it could be, a whole slew of reasons why people may not be able to obtain Genie Plus, whether it's financial ramifications or whatnot. But that's just wanted to share that news because that's what's buzzing on the socials as we speak. So moving right along to other happenings, there's a lot of news coming out of Disney. The first thing I want to talk about is bring us out on the West Coast. For Mickey's Toontown is reopening at Disneyland Park on March 19th. We will be going this summer, so we will be sure to give you all kinds of information on how it has evolved. But they had to adjust it. It was supposed to be March 8th, and now it's March 19th. It was about this time last year that we were told that Mickey's Toontown would undergo an ambitious reimagining and reopen with some all-new experiences for families and young children to have more opportunities to play together inside Disneyland Park. So they shared a bunch more at D23 about the interactive play areas, and then it's a new era of inclusive experiences in the land for families of all ages. Some of the things that are coming out, which we have seen all over the socials, is now Mickey's Runaway Railway inside the El Capitan Theater is going to kind of mirror what's going on, or mirror the ride in Walt Disney World. So definitely can check it out. We'll see if there's any differences when we go out there. Goofy is still the engineer. So that is already open. And obviously Disneyland is, Disney's celebrating their 100 years of wonder at Disneyland Resort. So it kind of coincided with that when they launched that. The other big thing that they're talking about, which is kind of cool, is they have the Centennial Park with 2 new interactive play experiences, a beautiful fountain featuring water tables designed for play for those guests with the sensory experiences, and a dreaming tree with sculpted tree roots for children to crawl and explore. So there's just a big park area, and sometimes you need that. Kids need to run around in a grassy area where it's not just all concrete.
Right. It kind of reminds me of that new area in Epcot. I mean, it's not as big, but
right, yeah,
right there. And
that's real small. This,
it is
I think this is going to be a lot bigger.
I agree, but it has that area in which they can run around, and I believe there's a little bit of sensory, experiences there too. But kudos to them. Good.
Yeah. Over in Goofy's neck of the woods, guests will find Goofy's How to Play Yard. There is if you remember the old school cartoons that we grew up on, where it would kind of give you the how-to thing with Goofy, exact same idea, with Goofy's Play Yard. You're laughing.
I am.
Why?
I was going to be like, wait a minute. You mean the ones that are black and white?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So I show my age. Anyways,
Well, I watch them too, so.
When you step inside Goofy's house, kids will find a interactive candy-making contraption that only Goofy could imagine. The confectionery contraption begins high outside of Goofy's home as drips of honey fall from a beehive onto a chute that slides the colorful drops around and down into the home. From there, those junior candy makers will help Goofy make the candy, and the silly sounds of household appliances will combine to make a truly Goofy symphony. So Donald's boat is still on the duck pond of the Goof homestead, so the kids will love making a splash in that space. They can look through the portholes to witness bubbles of fun inside the flooded vessel. And then obviously we have Chippendale's Gadget Coaster, right? So a lot of things going on. They have that. They still have Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin that's returning as well, where you board Lenny the Cab. None of these kids know about Roger Rabbit, let's just be honest. They just don't know about Roger Rabbit. You're making a face. This is why we got to go back to video. I'm confused.
No, well, this is going to sound bad, but like back in the day, Toontown, because when I think of Toons, I think of Looney Tunes, but this is completely
wrong.
Not
That's
Disney.
Warner Brothers.
I understand, but is there an actual like Looney Tunes type place?
These are cartoons, so this is, you mean like wrong company place?
Yeah.
No. Not that I know of.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, sorry.
Moving right along off the rails. Toontown, Disneyland Park, opening up in March. So Disney dining promo is still good through March 27th, I believe, is the date.
I saw that, yeah.
So you can book the Disney dining promo card offer through March 27th. The one thing I did want to say is there are two caveats you have to meet. One is it's got to be a 4-night stay, and the other one is you have to have 4 days of tickets, which is not terrible because there are 4 parks. Typically, if you're not park hopping or whatnot, you will be going to one park a day, but you can receive up to a $750 Disney dining promo card when you purchase that non-discounted vacation. It is bookable through March 27th. bookmdtravel.com to reach your agents, and so far the feedback's been great with it. All right, talking about food. When we talk about Disney dining, I want to talk about the best value table service restaurants at Disney World. Now, we did experience a few recently, but I definitely want to talk about some of the value, because depending upon what you're looking to eat, right, will depend on and what kind of cuisine you like will depend on where you really go. So when we talk about table service, those are those ones that you really just need a break to sit.
Right. You need to sit down and you need a reservation for the most part.
Table service, you need a reservation, yeah. Correct. But it's basically you need to sit and get some air condition or just recuperate. Mm-hmm. So a couple of these you may or may not have tried. I want to first talk about the Liberty Tree Tavern. We have experienced that one. That is located in Magic Kingdom Park in Liberty Square. You can go to the Hall of Presidents and then go right over and have your food. So not a bad meal at all, family style. It came out. We haven't been there in a while.
Right. That was actually our first sit down.
Ever?
Yep. It was for my birthday. I remember. Yeah. No, it was fine. It was good. Sit down, and from what I can gather, there's usually availability there as well, which is nice.
I agree with that.
So it's always like, we can always go here if need be.
Yeah, and it's an all you care to enjoy bill of fare. So a lot of food, patriotic pot roast, oven roasted pork, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, that kind of stuff. Definitely something to check out. For Liberty Tree Tavern, because in Magic Kingdom there isn't a really good sit down unless you're going to be our guest, which is now price fixed and really it's not a value. Let's just be honest.
No.
So that would be mine, right? I mean, Plaza used to be very good, but prices have kind of skyrocketed.
Right.
So.
I think it's very basic too.
Yeah.
Which is value-ish. But, like, just like a burger. It was very limited menu. It was fun. It was good, but I remember we had burgers, fries, salad, I want to say.
Right. You could get it in a mobile order as well at a quick serve. The other one that we've experienced is the Jungle Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen. Heather's making a face, and she wasn't very thrilled with her meal, but it is a value. It's not very expensive, put it that way. That's my point. It's possible to have a great meal there without breaking the bank. And you have no comment.
No, the ambiance is cool. I want to say the kids' menu was better than, I don't know. You just have to like that type of food, and I'm not really a fan of it.
Fair enough. Okay, let's talk about Epcot. So Epcot's World Showcase is often viewed as Walt Disney World's culinary powerhouse, and there are definitely some undeniably strong options, but there are also some other ones that let's talk about them as well. Spice Road Table. So if you have not been able to check out Spice Road Table, it's there's a lot of accessibility for that. However, they are now doing one of the fireworks dessert packages in combination with Spice Road Table, so that may limit the availability, but it's definitely worth a try for Spice Road Table. Another one as a best value is Via Napoli in Italy, in the Italy Pavilion, as a best value because the pizzas are big. So
Yes.
you may look at the price and be like, but you're getting like full tray pizzas. So it's, and depending upon what toppings and everything and how elaborate your pizza is, it is a decent value because I feel like one of those pizza entrees can be split.
We could feed
3 people.
3 kids easily.
Well, 3, and if you're having a salad or whatever. I don't know how much pizza you can eat. After a while, it's like, you can eat more than 4 pieces.
Depends how hungry you are. I don't know.
I guess, but
No, but they can be easily split between 2-3 people, and like you said, the cost averaging like $15, depending on what you want on it. Like it's a great value.
yeah. Another honorable mention one in Epcot is Beer Garden. We actually had that experience. It is more expensive when you compare it to Liberty Tree Tavern, but it's more expensive than Nine Dragons, which is in the China Pavilion. However, it's a buffet, but the food was good.
It's an experience, though, so that's something that
true.
you need to consider. Like they have a show,
Right?
where
Dancing,
there's
music,
and
musicians,
dancing. So keep that
crowd
in mind.
interaction,
right?
So, but the kids had a blast with it, and again, if you're really hungry, as much as you want, we're not on video, Heather.
They're raising our steins.
Yes, you raise your stein. Moving over to Hollywood Studios, let's talk 50s Primetime Cafe. So, I think this is a toss-up between this and sci-fi.
Oh, I love sci-fi.
Right? So, again, the thing with sci-fi and everything is it's the experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
The kids are seeing, those kind of, like you're in a drive-in and in a car, and sure, a burger can cost $20 or whatever. But I think it's a wash with either one of them, honestly, just because it depends on what you're looking for. Burgers, that kind of stuff, that's all sci-fi.
Right.
There are some different ones at Primetime Cafe. So there are salads and there are heavier options, but burgers are there as well. So it's really what you're looking for. But as a sit down for value, either one of those, you can't go wrong. And you can also talk about Baseline Tap House, right? That's an honorable mention, but they have a very limited menu because Tap House, right?
Got it. Yeah. Yep.
So over at Animal Kingdom, Nomad Lounge, is one, and Yak and Yeti. Now, before Heather goes off the rails on Yak and Yeti, I'm a fan. Well, she was not really a fan.
Well, that was a couple years ago, and I think I need to give it a try because everyone else that I've talked to love it. So I just ordered something that, and again, very much like Jungle Canteen, I ordered something that was different, and I didn't like it. So maybe if I choose something that, I will like.
Okay, fair point.
Whatever. I'll try it again.
But Yak and Yeti, they offer larger portions, at higher prices. So, but you talk about value, it's a little bit more money, but you're getting a lot more food. So
I remember my plate was ginormous.
right. And they have a ton of shareable small plates, noodle bowls and grilled items. And I think we had the ahi tuna I had
some kind of noodle bowl.
it was great. So Nomad Lounge has lower starting prices, but the bowls are small, so it's like you need almost double. You're not going to be sharing it like you would at Via Napoli. So a little bit of a difference there.
Interesting. Okay.
Sanaa, well, it's a good value. It's not exactly what it used to be, and again, that is a food delicacy, so you'd really have to be into eclectic foods for that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
It is a strong bang for the buck, but if you want to try it, definitely try it. You pay for what you get. You values what you get. Mm-hmm. Steakhouse 71. So Steakhouse 71 opened up just about a year ago. It is located within walking distance of Magic Kingdom. So if there's any restaurant, well, I don't want to say anyone because there are a bunch in walking distance. Steakhouse 71 is one of the newer restaurants. It serves breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, and honestly, we've had lunch and dinner, correct? We had both.
Yes.
Menu was very similar.
I can't believe they're considering it value.
Well, it's not the ambiance value. It's what you're paying for what you get in the word value. So you're paying for this, you're getting a good amount of food.
Okay. All right.
So
I agree.
I will say that it is.
I would go there.
It's
Again,
great. There's a walk up at the bar. You could be in and out in under 45 minutes if you don't have a reservation. The burger is great. The dry aged pork bone-in rib chop, right, is on the dinner menu. 14 ounces. It's great. So the wedge salads I know we had, right, they were great. So the food was great, and it is exquisite and close enough to Magic Kingdom. It's the closest outside of Magic Kingdom as a table service restaurant. The other one we do want to mention, that Magic Kingdom area that's not there, is the Grand Floridian Cafe.
It's one of our kids' favorite restaurants.
It's not the most expensive, right? But it's filling. Yeah, I mean, it's got the buttermilk fried chicken and everything like that. I will say, Jameson loves the steak.
The steak, yes.
He remembers the steak. So when we go there, he has to have steak. Yep. But I think the value was fair for that. It was good food, and the ambiance was great. It's definitely kid-friendly.
Yes.
And then I do want to mention Wilderness Lodge's Geyser Point Bar and Grill. Mm-hmm. So it's a table service, but like a quick. You don't make appointments. You don't make reservations, I mean.
Okay, right.
Versus these other two that we mentioned, Grand Floridian Cafe and Steakhouse 71. But it's right out on the waterfront at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. It's got the best burger at Walt Disney World, the Bison Burger. If you've never been there, it is amazing. I don't know how else to say it, but it is a very, very good burger. And then depending upon the time, I mean, the ambiance is great. It's open air. And then you could, if it's dinner time that you're there, the electrical water pageant floats on by, so you get a little show. I mean, that's all, timing-wise. But
right, and they pipe in the music for the fireworks. So,
and here's my thought with that, right? So I'm not going to go off the rails with this, but if you're trying to get a reservation at Artist Point inside, which is a character experience, right? High level, food's great, presentation's great, and the Evil Queen is there, and Grumpy.
Okay.
Grumpy's there. So it is an experience inside Wilderness Lodge for Artist Point, storybook dining at Artist Point. If you can't get that, definitely go to Whispering Canyon Cafe, which is another table service inside Wilderness Lodge, which is awesome. All you can eat style. Kids love it. The atmosphere is great. The cast members who are serving you are really playing the part up, right?
Yeah, it's more of an experience, I'd say.
So
there.
They have all their, it's the all-you-can-eat, enjoy signature skillets there. Mm-hmm. And if you really strike out, depending upon what you're looking at, just walk outside and go to Geyser Point.
Right.
I mean, you may have a little bit of a wait, but it's definitely well worth it.
Well, they also have like a grab-and-go thing as well. Well, like you can get it to go.
And they do mobile order, right. So you if you're at the pool or whatnot, yes. So that would be the Magic Kingdom Resort area best values, if we had to, talk about them. Let's talk about Crescent Lake, which is at Epcot, walking or boat distance to Epcot Hollywood Studios. Ale and Compass. Now, we've had dinner there years ago. It was great.
We did. It was excellent.
And breakfast, we just had it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was good. So, and that is at Yacht Club. So if you are interested in that. The other one we did check out recently is Sebastian's Bistro, which is another one that's at Caribbean Beach. Excellent food, kind of like a skillet kind of thing, right, as well. Where we were with that was great. That's at Caribbean Beach.
Excellent sangria, FYI.
There you
Remember
go.
that.
Right. So they kind of call it, it's like Ohana, but on a lighter scale, let's say, right? I mean,
Ohana
if you can,
enhanced.
Yeah. So that would be it. So that's what I would say as far as your value of your restaurants. If you're going, I mean, Animal Kingdom, you're going to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge and eat at Jumbo House and Jayco and all those. But overall, I would say if I had to list a favorite on there,
Oh my, that's.
I don't know
tough
if
for
I
you.
can.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that right now. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Just
because
all
they
the
were
ones
good.
that we referenced, I would say, are.
They're good values for a table service is what
Right.
it comes down to. So if you're looking for those, put those on your to-do list for your reservations 60 days out, and you can go from there. All right, so recently on an earnings call, Bob Iger wants big expansions at Disney World and Disneyland. So the first 2023 earnings call recently took place. Consumer products and consumer spending overall is up. Disney made some money, yet they won't pay their cast members if you read the socials, but that's another thing. The big thing that they keep talking about is trying to increase capacity to all the different areas. So we know that Pandora and the World of Avatar was built in Animal Kingdom, so now he said Disney is bringing Avatar to Disneyland for the same reason. Now, where it's going to go, I don't know, but you can expect that Avatar will be coming to the West Coast. Any thoughts on that?
No, not really. I mean, I think because they had the new movie come out, and I think they even filmed another one.
I believe there are 3 total,
so,
yes.
I think if they're smart, they may try to, push it along the lines with the movie, the release. And didn't we talk about what rides they would have? Or I feel like I saw that somewhere.
I don't remember exactly.
Like, I don't
Excuse
know
me.
if they're replicating just the land itself.
Flight of Passage,
Right,
or I don't
right.
know if it's specific. It may go more. Maybe some of the rides will be more focused on
the newer movies.
Yeah, I don't want to say because I don't know
No.
certainly what the Imagineers are thinking. So the latest news also is there is a potential expansion opportunity for a Zootopia Metropolis and a Moana Miniland, and that would be, I believe, at Animal Kingdom. So really trying to bring more people into Animal Kingdom in Florida, for those. And then we do know that they did also talk about expansion possibilities beyond Big Thunder, right? So if you think of the Big Thunder Mountain area out that way in Frontier Town, they talked about Coco and Encanto and Villains Land. So there's a lot of news coming of what they are bringing in regards to that. And I do think that is kind of what Bob Iger is trying to bring back. And he oversaw most of these, the Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land. He oversaw all of those being, and brought those projects to fruition. So this is the big thing. So in Disneyland, that'll probably be, I think, next. And then those Zootopia and Moana and Coco and Villains will be coming after. But they need to be able to spread their crowds out more, obviously. So, all right. I think that's going to wrap up this episode.
Yes, so be sure to check us out on our socials for all the latest and greatest news. You can find us on Facebook at Magical Destinations Travel, Instagram, Magical Destinations Travel Co. Visit our website, bookmdtravel.com, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Disney Vibes. And I think that's it.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right, till next week, folks. Let the Disney vibes flow.
Find Disney Vibes for all your vacation needs on the web at bookmdtravel.com.